All right, folks, so week 3. This is kind of a busy week for us, okay? If you notice, there's a lot of things going on. We're hitting up a lot of number types and looking into that, especially each of the different aspects of the number types, okay? And so there's the quiz in there. Remember, I want your most specific, best answer possible, okay? So as you're looking at different number types, make sure that you are kind of what's the smallest circle, most specific group that you can put the number in that's available to you, okay? So just kind of pay attention for that. We're diving into parts and pieces of fractions, just some interesting things. I really like this hot and cold cubes. Take a minute and look that over. It's a cool tool that as I TA'd this class way back when I was in college, this is one of the things that got handed out, and it makes a lot of sense, okay? So take a look, and it might be something that you'll actually use with your own students, okay? So not only do we have lots of new kind of content and then the usual pedagogy and everything, but we also have the research paper, okay? So last week, I was hoping to get research topics from everybody, and I think we are a little over halfway, okay? So if you haven't emailed me and gotten confirmation from me on your research paper topic, do it now, right now, okay? Just pause the video, figure out a topic to go with, or at least start emailing me so that way we can start the conversation for what will work out well for you, okay? And some details about picking that out in last week's videos, okay? Now, this research paper peer review, okay? As soon as I have all the drafts from everybody, okay? And really, I'd love for this to be by Wednesday night, that everybody emails me, and then I will email you out a new paper from somebody else that you're going to peer review, okay? And so that's what I'd like to have done, but if I don't have all of them, I can't share all of them, okay? And Moodle has a tool that will do this, but it's clunky, and so I just prefer to do the email. There's few enough of the students that we can do that. So take a look, look at the example paper, get this done and ready Wednesday by midnight, okay? Now, if you notice, this week I don't have a forum because you're doing the research paper, okay? But we are going to come back to some of the topics in later forums, so don't think that, oh, you're all done with integers and never have to talk about them again. No, they're going to keep coming at you, okay? So keep that in mind and line it out for you. But this week, I'm giving you the time off from a forum to help you with your research paper. So Wednesday, midnight, you need to have that. It's midnight Mountain Time. So that way Thursday morning, as I get up, that's the first thing I'm going to do. So like by 9 or 10, you're going to have an email to you with somebody else's research paper attached, okay? Also, I'm going to let you know who has yours, okay? So you'll get essentially 2 emails. One with yours attached going to somebody else, and one with somebody else's going to you. So that way you're going to see that, and then you can just do a reply all. And I know it's going to create kind of a big blast in emails, but you're going to go through. And when you go through that peer review, okay, the peer review assignment in the actual course is for me to fill in, but let me tell you kind of the expectations for me to give you full credit on that peer review, okay? One, you're going to make sure that they are fulfilling the rubric of their misconception research paper, okay? So let's take a quick look at that one, okay? That rubric says that they have 5 or more research-driven sources, okay? They are all properly cited in there, okay? Go to Purdue OWL if you have questions, okay? And these are all good, solid sources that as you read them, as somebody peer reviewing, you make a note and say, ooh, I should go back and read that. if you call into question whether or not that's a really good source, I'm going to call it into question. Okay, so kind of position them slightly under the bus right now, so that way I don't have to throw them under the bus. That they are in a recoverable spot. Okay, make sure that you demand more from your peers, so that way when I demand the same kind of stuff, it's not shocking. Okay. Overall length over 1,000 words of your written aspects. Okay. And that's an important part, because even if you're quoting tons and tons of other stuff, I still want 1,000 of your words in this. And that 1,000 words needs to cover two basic things. One, make sure that your full misconception is discussed and explained, and all the details and aspects of it are there, clearly lined out, easy to read and understand. Okay, for somebody who has not done any of the research that you have. Okay, I was reading this glorious article, and these people, like, you can tell it was written by a nice group that all work together. And now, as I read it, as somebody from outside this group, I have no clue what they're talking about, and I want to hurt them all so bad. Okay, because I just feel like it's all one big inside joke, and I don't understand. Don't do this. Make sure that your misconception is fully, clearly explained, so that way everybody understands what's going on. Okay? Then you get into the preventing and fixing of it. Okay? And the best thing, because a lot of people struggle to get that 1,000 words. Okay? As a peer reviewer, ask them those questions to help them say, oh, I need to fill in this section more. If I answer that question, that's going to round out my paper more and more. Okay? So, how this gets laid out and done is really important. Okay, so that's what you're going to do. And even I'd like to see not just, oh, that was a good paper. You actually write a little bit of a paperish thing back to them. Okay, sections if you want to track changes, then reattach. But then also say, this is where I think you wouldn't get full points. I'm worried about your paper right now. This is where you could do better. Okay, if you're willing to do that, that's awesome. That's what I'm looking for to give you full points in peer reviewing somebody else's work. Okay, because if you say, hey, that misconception's not explained well enough, or dude, you're at 700 words, you're gonna get docked here and here. Now they know how to fix their stuff. And that's exactly what I'm gonna do as a grader, is to take time and look at this and say, okay, that is insufficient and this is why. But when I say it, it's done. Okay, there's no more discussion. When you say it, now it gives them a chance to revise and improve. Help them get that chance, because I'm hoping somebody else is doing that same thing for you. Okay? So make sure that you've got all that going on for this week. So it's really pretty intense to make sure that you've got your full stuff done and ready by Wednesday night. Then Thursday through Sunday, actually I'm going to say Thursday through Saturday, you've got to get that done and emailed back to them. So that way Sunday they have a day to fix, revise, and submit. Okay? If you could get that done Thursday or Friday and give them that Saturday, that'd be even better. That's my real goal, is that by Friday night, but I don't want to harp too much on your guys' schedule. It should be fairly flexible. But if we can do that, okay, drafts in Wednesday night. Thursday morning, you're going to get that email. Thursday, Friday, you review and get it back to them. Saturday, Sunday, you can revise and then submit. Okay? So that's kind of the outline for this week, all the details. Don't worry, we'll be getting more and more next week and things like that. So, but yeah, just keep in mind all the little parts and pieces that are still being done in the class.